so now I'm making coconut aloe soap, and I've already mixed my water and aloe solution. I did 50% water, 50% aloe, and I'm going to add in my lye. Clear up some of this stuff that's a little congested on the table from earlier. So I did do 50% ice instead of 50% water. I want to give that a try to cut down on fumes. Measured out. This one has no olive oil, so I'm kind of excited about that. But it does have coconut oil. Get another container of coconut oil. the coconut oil. 3. The first soap that I've made that contains avocado oil, so I'm excited to see how it turns out. It's humid in here. It's supposed to storm any minute, and it is humid in this patio. I do have the doors cracked, but only slightly. I have dogs and cats that I'm trying to keep out of here. Alright, so let's get this melted. Alright, we're going to let that melt. Get some of this stuff out of the way. I have a lot of containers, especially oil containers, that have just a little bit of oil left in them. I'm going to melt them down and try to incorporate them into some kind of body butter. That will be another project on the list. Eventually, we'll get there. One thing at a time, right? Sometimes 10 things at a time. So we have our avocado oil, castor oil, coconut oil, shea butter. We used our aloe water and lye. Those are all the ingredients going into this batch of soap. I just wanted something that was clean and gentle. No fragrant or no essential oils or scents will be added to this. And it will be more gentle than the 100% pure coconut oil bar that I previously made, because it does have more nourishing oils and butters in it. I can hear the thunder. I'm curious to see how much rain we get. I don't know about y'all, but our weathermen are rarely right. Except for Ponder on Weather. Shout out to Ponder on Weather. That guy gets it right every time. Since this is unscented, I'm going to use, I have a specific mold for unscented soap batches, just to try to keep it separate. I remember that it's blue, but I did write on there, I don't know if you can see that, unscented. Even though the soap does have a little bit of a scent, I do know that there's none added. And I'd like to keep it separate. Soap left on here from the last batch. Just a little. My husband would call those toaster leave-ins. If you're from the South, I think you know what toaster leave-ins are. If not, oh my goodness. It's the little bitty pieces of crumbs that get left in the bottom of the toaster. Clean it up a little bit. I have a lot of space under this table, and over here to my left I have a rack. It's like just a wire metal rack where I have everything sitting right now, and I'd like to get clear totes to put everything in underneath the table to maximize my storage space there, and then I feel like I can better utilize the wire shelf. Let's see if I can show you. So there's my wire rack, kind of. Not a very good production team. There's the bottom. Back up you go. High quality production around here. I don't know if you've noticed. That's how I roll. Just kidding. It's a hot mess around here. We do our best. I listened to a pastor and he says, do the best you got. Wait. Do the best you can with what you got where you're at. I like that saying. Don't get dizzy. It's taken a little bit to melt, a little bit of time to melt. All right, I'm gonna go grab a water. I'll be right back. Okay, much better. I really like these buckets that I got from the Dollar Tree. They do have the PP symbol, the recycling symbol with the number 5, and polypropylene symbol on the bottom, so they're fantastic for hot stuff. I like them as my, kind of like my dirty buckets. I picked up these as well from the Dollar Tree. Same thing, number 5 on the bottom, polypropylene. I'm not exactly sure. I'm a container girl. I love containers, all shapes, all sizes. I love organization, so I just picked these up in case I start getting into like making body butters and bath salts, things like that. This would be great for those kinds of things. Although I'll probably have 4 just like it in my kitchen somewhere. Alright, I'm going to go clean off my immersion blender. Actually, you know what? Yep. I'm going to go clean off my immersion blender, and I'll be right back. Okay, nice and clean. This is just about melted. I really don't know that I should have done the ice with the hot process, so but here we are. Like I said, I'm just kind of winging it roughly. I mean, I am following guidelines and recipes for the most part, but you learn by doing, right? And I'm doing. I think the struggle for me is I've watched so many videos and I've read so many articles and 2 different books on the varying methods of making soap, and I think in my brain a lot of the processes for hot process and cold process get interchanged, and sometimes I get a little confused. Let that melt down a little bit more. I haven't washed my other tools off yet. I like to let them sit so that the lye can continue to break down the fats on all the utensils and the bowls and things like that. And I feel like it's easier to wash the next day. And so I'm just working with this little guy. I'm working with the bee squad. But they'll get the job done. Alright, so I'm going to start this one more time. Even with 50% ice, it's still pretty. It's hot. It's hotter than I thought it would be. Alright, let's get it in there. Almost back on. Immersion blender, ready to go. Oh, it's upside down. And I say, raise it back up, so you drop it in, raise it back up, get the bubbles out, and mix. So we're going to mix it to trace, then we'll let it cook. I did watch a few more videos in between the last batch and this batch. I'm learning. This is reminiscent of the 100% coconut oil soap batch. It's just a beautiful batter. It's smooth. Has that really pretty light, I don't even know, I think I'm halfway colorblind. That's like a beige. Hitting that pudding consistency. Definitely at trace. So we're going to let it cook. And I'm going to legitimately try to let this one cook. If you're looking, you ain't cooking, so I'm going to try to leave the lid closed, leave it alone, be patient. I do like the smaller crock pot that I picked up. It works really well. And cover it up. I need to get some longer spatulas. These spatulas, the little ones are getting the job done, but they're a little shorter than I would prefer. I'm going to stick my hand in there. I'm going to let it cook for a little bit. not going to take the lid off. That's what I keep telling myself. Just going to wait until it gets bubbly around the edges. And then I'll give it a stir. I'm really excited about this batch of soap. I believe the super fat content was just a hair over 19%, so it should be extremely moisturizing. My skin gets so dry. I used to use soap for everybody, and it was okay. It wasn't too bad, but I ran out of it, and I just grabbed a body wash that I had from underneath my sink, and it has been drying my skin out so badly. So I'm really excited. I'm happy that my husband asked me to do this because, like I said before, it's something that I've really wanted to do for a long time, and everyone in the family has sensitive skin, especially my son and my daughter. My husband, he's on up there too. My skin just gets dry. Getting hungry. It's just about dinner time around here. I think we'll eat our leftover chicken fajita meat. Maybe make some tacos. Keep it simple. I might just make a sandwich. What are y'all having for dinner? I am just going to scrape the side. I don't want that to get too dry. lot of people take saran wrap and put it across the crock pot underneath the lid to kind of seal in the moisture. It's just like when you're cooking, when you make something, maybe like yogurt, and you put the saran wrap on top of it so it doesn't get that thick film. Or I think you do that with pudding too. Definitely in bread making, you want to cover it up so it doesn't get crusty. It's the same thing with this soap. I just haven't done it yet. It is so quiet this evening. It's nice. I do want to say that, you know, this is not a how-to or a tutorial video. This is just me documenting something new that I'm learning, and trying to make something out of nothing. Trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But this is definitely not a tutorial or how-to video. is so challenging for me to wait patiently for this process to come to fruition. I'm already the type of person that doesn't like to sit still. And then, honestly, I'm on my phone quite a bit, especially recently, keeping up with the news. My phone I'm using to record, so I don't have that in my hands, and it just feels weird sometimes to not be doing anything. So how about you guys? Are y'all learning any old or traditional style skills? I have a few more that I'd like to learn. I'd really like to learn how to make shampoo. I've tried homemade laundry soap, and I have an HE machine, and I used the Zote, and it did not go well. It's really, it's real gummy. But I did find a recipe that I kind of liked from Rain Country Homestead. Is it Rain Country Homestead? I think that's what it is. Heidi at Rain Country. And she has a pretty good recipe. There's no Zote. It's just washing soda, baking powder, and I think powdered OxyClean. Don't quote me on that, but I think maybe that's what it is. And it's pretty good. It doesn't clog up the machine. It's not gummy. It's not slimy. I'd really like to figure out how to make soap from wood ash. I do have a wood burning stove, so I have a little bit of an ash collection. I use it in the garden and things like that. I would really like to eventually learn how to make soap from scratch that way. I've watched a couple of videos on it, but I'm not there yet. I feel like in my heart I'm just like this little 80-year-old pioneer woman trapped in this modern society. My favorite place to be is outside in the sunshine, barefoot. Planting veggies. Trying to live a peaceful, meaningful, fruitful life while the world outside my door burns. It is crazy out there, folks. It is. We are living in wild times. Wild times. But there is a peace to be found in the midst of all that chaos. That's where I'd like to stay. I like doing things like this, baking, gardening. It keeps my mind busy, it keeps me productive, but it also, it's meaningful and fruitful work. My children are older now, and I've raised them into adulthood, so I have a little more free time on my hands for hobbies like this. And I really am big on being being mindful how I spend my time and making sure I am being productive, and that I do things that benefit not just me, but my family and my friends and those around me. I have several friends with babies and a few friends that are expecting and family members that are expecting. And I like the idea of being able to give them a product such as the soap or even a lotion for their babies that's non-toxic. They don't have to worry about crazy chemicals inside what they're putting on their babies. Again, I'm just going to check the sides. Let me give it a stir. It's getting pretty thick. Whoa, it's real thick. See what happens when I don't stir? I'm just kidding. I really think you're not supposed to stir as frequently as I do. I mean, that looks like a mashed potato phase to me. I think we're going to call it done. This has the pH of this. Let's see where we're at. pH strips. I did watch a video of a young woman that made a little divot right in the center of the soap, just like a little well right in the center, and added the tiniest bit of water. Okay, let's try. I ordered a 4-pack of these from Amazon. They're fantastic, but I'm having the hardest time getting them apart. Tiniest bit of water. Stir. Straight edge. Water, pH strip right there. That's a blue. I think the blue is like a 12. It's probably 11 or 12. We're going to let it keep going a little bit longer. Scoop the blue out with a slotted spoon. That didn't make very much sense, did it? did start raining. I'm not sure how loud it's going to get in here. We'll find out in a minute. I am so thankful to have this rain. We have been in a serious drought in Texas. And I just planted a bunch of onions, potatoes. What else did I plant? Radishes, turnips. And they desperately need rain. Getting there. Most soap makers that I have listened to or read their material, even in like the Facebook groups, they all say pretty much the same thing. They have 2 basic recipes, and then from there they do their variations. And I think, you know, other than getting practice in, I think that's what I'm looking for, is what base recipes work best for me and my family and can accommodate the variations that I would like to have. Essential oils, oats, milk, things like that. Charcoal, turmeric. I'd really like to make like a turmeric ginger chai kind of batch of soap. I think that would just be delightful. Maybe with a little bit of charcoal. I'm working on it. Alright, so let's see. That's a little closer to 8. I don't know if you can see that. But we're at an 8. Alright. This one to do. This one's a little softer. I definitely need to make sure my larger spatulas are clean before I start another batch, because these little ones are not where it's at. They get the job done, but I don't prefer them. The only thing I wish I could change about the hot process is being able to do the pretty tops, but I'll take a rustic bar of soap with a funky top any day. So I'll let all this sit until tomorrow. I'll get it cleaned up. And make another batch.